Everyone, welcome back to our video to how to make sleeves. So let's get started. Um, for you even start crocheting or getting your yarn ready or whatever, first what I want you to do is, if you're working on the pattern that we're working on, we had four um, foundation stitches at the very bottom. So I want you folded in half between the two. Okay, so that's the middle bottom. Okay, so if you're doing this sleeve tutorial for any other sweater, just fold it at the bottom. Okay, and then you can put a stitch marker there if you need to, at the middle of the bottom, the very bottom. That's the armpit. Okay, then I want you to fold it. This pattern happens to have this funny little loopy thing, bumpy thing, so make sure that matches. Okay, then follow it on up to the very top. Now the very top, I want you to put a stitch marker. This is the trick of stitch markers are your friend in this pattern, okay, or any sleeve. Now what you can do is fold it again. Make sure your two bumps, if you have this in your sweater, not all sweaters have that, but if you happen to have that, this is your underarm, make sure that matches. Fold it in half again, stitch marker to stitch marker into force, and you can mark it again if you feel like you need to. Now let's get our yarn. Well, I had my yarn here. Hold on. Sorry about that. I put you on pause for a minute. My yarn had spaghetti or puke or barf or what do they call it? All right, I want you to put a slip knot on your hook. Okay, make sure it's not really tight. That is, and go to the very bottom of your sleeve. Then I want you to slip stitch where your marker is. Slip stitch, go through and go through again. Put the hook on your yarn. Then chain one. Then this pattern calls for chain one does not count as a stitch. Half double crochet in all the way around evenly to the other end. So for this, if you're doing this pattern for this cardigan, you need 37 stitches all the way around your sleeve for extra small, 45 for small, 49 for medium, 57 for large, 65 for extra large, and 69 for 2X. Now, you know this, well, maybe you don't, but this, I'm making a 2X. So I need 67 to go all the way around my sleeve. So divide that in half is what I need to get to the top. Okay, now how do you divide 69? Well, it's 34 and a half. Well, my half will be at the very top. Then that half will be for the other side too. So I know I need 34 stitches to go to the very top. Okay, so let's do a half double crochet. Grab the right, not the tail, but the yarn here. Okay, do a half double crochet back in that same stitch. Okay, one, and then every stitch around you should put one in the space, and then one in this stitch, and you should come out right. Okay, Now I'm going to show you, if you don't come out right, how you have a couple options when you get to the top. So let's get to the top first, and I'll count how many stitches I have. Pull some yarn here. Okay, keep on doing your half double crochets. Sorry, I'm not very jibber jabbery today. Concentrating on doing, you know, in the stitch, in the space. Almost to the very top. Now, I got a space, a stitch, and a space before I get to my stitch marker. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to count. Okay? Don't count yours at chain 1. That does not count as a stitch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Ooh, I came out right. If I didn't, let's say I was 1 stitch short. Let me get this around here. 1 stitch short. What you could do is put 2 stitches in this space. Or you could tear it all out and do it again. But since I came out right, all right, now let's go down the other side. On the other side, you'll have to make sure you have same amount of stitches on one side that you have the other. The key is to sleeves, you have to count. You can't just blindly crochet, unfortunately. It is something that you have to. I'm twisted here. Let me get in so I can get my sleeve around here. My cardigan's quite large for being a 2X, so I know for the video I should have made a smaller one, but why I wanted to make a 2X, I don't know, because I don't wear a 2X, so I just thought it'd be for extra large. It'd be large for a, because the way wear sweaters big now, so they look neat on a extra large person. But a 2X person could also wear it. Oh, I need to put more yarn. Getting tight. And twist my garment here. Help me a little bit. Might not be able for you to see any better, but I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to do this better. Okay. Now, okay, did space and space, and then when you connect, make sure you do do these two little spaces down here. Don't forget your foundation stitches. There should be two down here. You have double crochet in them. I know my stitch marker's in the way. I'm going to move it. Okay, there's one. There's two. Now, slip stitch to your first half double crochet, chain one. Now I want you to count from your stitch marker to here. Make sure you have, the number that you need. Okay? Now that you counted, switch. We're going to work from the opposite direction we was. So you half double crochet in that same hole. Now the direction says to do decreases. Okay? So a decrease is you go in, do your half double crochet first, same stitch as your chain one. Okay? Then in the next hole you go in, go through two and hold. Then you go into the next space, go in, go through two, hold, and go through, and go all the way through all the loops. And that's a half double crochet, two together. Okay? Now you do that all. Now you do your half double crochets all the way around until you get to your last two spaces. And then your last two spaces, yeah, you don't have to count now. So we have our count down correctly. So you just do your half double crochets all the way around, and when you get to the other side, when you get to two stitches left, let me switch my worker, you do two half double crochets together. So you do two half double crochets together, half double crochets all the way around, then two half crochets together. Okay? And in between your two half double crochets, remember you have your chain one and one half double crochet. Grab some more yarn. And just remember, you turn your work every time, because that way you have that texture like we had before, where it goes up and down your lines, so it matches your body of your work. Okay, I'm coming up on my middle. Now you can, if you want, remove the stitch marker if you want, because you really don't need it anymore. Okay. Just half double crochets all the way around. Until we get to the other side. Yeah, I have a lot more stitches than everybody else. Sorry, like I said before in my other videos, if you want to, you can fast forward or you can pause, whatever you need to do. Okay, we're coming up to the very bottom. Okay. Now just be watchful that you have two stitches left. So here's that I have. And there's one, two. So I got like four more stitches to go. Okay. Okay. Now I got 2 more stitches, so let's do 2 together. Go in, go 2, got 3 on the hook, go through all 3. Then we slip stitch to your first half double crochet, chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet back into that same stitch, and we do the same thing all the way around. Now the pattern says repeat, which would be in row 2, until the last row you work has, for extra small, 27 stitches, small has 27 stitches, medium and large has 29 stitches, extra large has 31 stitches, and 2X has 33 stitches. I did that, and when I did that, I did the other arm because I want to make sure. This is a problem with some patterns. You got to make sure how many, make sure how long it is when you get done, okay? So after you get done with doing this step, the 2 together on each side, okay? Then we do, and then and then it says row 32, row 32, which row you do chain 1, then you half double crochet all the way around, okay? And then we do the sleeve. Well, I found out that I needed, for mine, when I got to the 33 stitches, I was only up to my elbow. It was like a 3/4 sleeve. It was 16 rows for the 2X. So make sure, even when you do any sleeve, make sure you try it on as you go. Even in the directions. Sometimes I have done sleeves and followed the directions to the T, and even counted stitches and was correct on stitches, and the sleeves were down to here. So I have learned through the years that I try on. I do about half of what they say. I double check to make sure that where the sleeve is. So in my case, 33, I had to go to 33 stitches, which should have been line 31. It wasn't, if I followed their instructions. So for mine to turn out right, I want you to do this as many stitches until you get to the number of stitches you need, because this is how it is around here, the stitches. Then I did half double crochets all the way around for 12 rows, and that made it, because my arm from here to here is narrow, okay? You don't want it to be big. So, okay, do you understand? And then we'll do the cuff. So what I want you to do is to do what we're doing now, is the next stitch after you do your chain 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets together, do a half double crochet all the way around. I want you to do that until it measures to your elbow. All right? Then from your elbow down, or until you get the stitches that I'm telling you now that you need. A small, extra small, and a small, you need 27 all the way around. All right, so you keep on decreasing until you get 27. A medium and a large is 29 stitches around. An extra large is 31. A 2X is 33. All right, so keep on doing your decreases all the way around, okay, until you get that many stitches. All right, and you should be around your elbow to forearm, okay? All right, Then I'll meet back with you. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm back, and now that I have it to about to my middle of my arm, it's 3/4 sleeve. I'm going to chain one, half double crochet in the same stitch like we have been. Then I'm just going to do a half double crochet all the way around till I get till the length of my sleeve is to almost to my wrist, because you got to think our cuff, we have 2 rounds for our cuff. So make sure you get almost to your wrist, okay? So just do half double crochets all the way around, and make sure turn your work when you get to the end, okay? Make sure you right, okay? Turn your work. We're still, when I get to the end, I'm going to turn my work and continue. All right? All right, I'll meet you back when we do the cuff. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry if you hear me say that twice. This camera, it's different. All right, I got my sleeve all the way to my almost to my wrist. So let's do the cuff, or the last two. So, okay, it's chain 2 at the very end instead of 1. Turn your work. Then it says skip the first stitch. Then we're going to do a double crochet in each stitch. Skip your first one, and each stitch do a double crochet all the way around. Oops. Sometimes looking through the, I've got to pull some yarn. Looking through the legs of the pod is not easy. Half double crochets all the way around. And we got just one more row to do, and we're done. And we got one more, then you got one more sleeve to do, and all you got to do is rewind this, follow the same stitch, and I should have told you, which is, I hope you wrote down, mind you that in the description box, write down what you did at this, or if it's still in your mind, write it down now, what you did, if you changed what the pattern says. So you can do your second sleeve the same as this sleeve, okay? So make sure you write it down, because I wrote mine down so I know. You know, that it's 16 and 12. All right. Now stitch, slip stitch to the first, to the top of your, Okay, now it says chain 1 and turn your work. Now we single crochet all the way around. Okay, now we single crochet all the way around, and then we're done. And then you just tie off. And you pull more yarn. And we're all done, and then we just fasten off and tie it, and then sew all of our ends in. Okay, and that's our jacket. or cardigan, whatever you want to call this. Almost done here. Oopsie. Would be done if I quit dropping stitches, huh? I know. And it's fun with this all being your sleeve twisting and turning. Okay. I know that's confusing what I just did. I just untangled my sleeve because it was pretty twisted. Okay. Now slip stitch to the first single crochet, and that's it. Pull your work, cut your thread, and there you are. You're done. All done. Now you got just do your one more sleeve. I'm going to remove my stitch markers I had for the top of my sleeve, and that's it. So just do this the same thing that you did for this sleeve for your next sleeve, and I hope you enjoyed these videos of how to make this cardigan. If you would, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So have a great day and enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.